My name's Guy Kestevan. I've been a professional bike and kit tester for over 25 years. But recently I'm getting more and more worried as bikes become better and better and there's less and less to complain about. Even when I'm trying to be like a proper princess in the pea about how they perform, I might come across as overly positive about everything because essentially when I'm out riding, I'm having a laugh. So, I tend to get overexcited. So this whole idea, this Sunday roast segment, the idea behind that is to talk about little bits of bikes, often bikes that are brilliant in the most part, like this Santa Cruz Tallboy 5, but just dial in on the little bits that properly niggle, because I figured that's a way of kind of leveling things up a bit and also letting you know I really, really care about the detailing. So, again, like I say, great bike. Watch the live ride review. Watch the tech talk around. I don't think it's for everyone. Super aggressive. If you like the old Blur 4-cross, or you know what I'm talking about when I mention that, you're going to love this. Proper feisty, ferocious, fast and furious flyer. If you like your alliteration, you'll have enjoyed that too. But one thing I want to talk about is the little geometry adjust tweak at the back of the shock. So if you look in here, it all looks absolutely fine. You've got a nice big bearing on the back of the shock to make the suspension extra sensitive. And you've got a clearly marked high and low position. On this little eccentric chip on the back there, you've even got a nice big Allen key, so you're not worried about rounding anything out. I mean, all right, the adjustment isn't much. It's about 0.3 of a degree, or literally 2 or 3 mil in bottom bracket height by moving that shock position. But, what's the big deal about changing it? The problem is, when you come round to the far side, and there's a neat little insert, threaded insert there with a tab on, so you know whether you've flipped it upside down or it's the right way around. But it's almost impossible to get to in the first place because you've got this stay here, and then you've got the actual mainframe, and even if you take one end of the shock out so it slides backwards, it's really, really to check in it. Even, I've got all sorts of horrible torture tools in my workshop, but even with these bad boys, it's so hard to get in there, hold that position in place, while trying to thread the bolt back in from the far side. And there's a real danger you're going to drop that little loose piece right down into the bottom of the linkage there, and then you've got a right old fight. I think the last time I changed the geometry on this, it took me over half an hour. And like I say, the results are pretty negligible. So, loads of great features on this bike otherwise. You've got your new glove box, internal storage. You've got lifetime warranty bearings all through the back end that are user serviceable as well. And that goes with the lifetime warranty on the frame and the lifetime warranty on the wheels. But that little geometry chip on this bike at least, it's not so bad on the high-tech. It's not great, but it's not so bad on the other bikes. But my advice would be to leave that little bit in the back end well alone. Because even in the default setting, the geometry is absolutely sorted, suits the rest of the bike really well. So, unless you fancy a particularly sadomasochistic segment of your afternoon, then I'd keep away from that. So, there you go. Brilliant bike, but I'm not in love with that bit. So, if you like this Sunday roast and you like the whole idea, let me know in the comments if you think it's a load of rubbish and I should be Sunday roasted for my own Sunday roast, then put that in there as well and we'll forget the whole thing ever happened. But for now, I've been Guy Kestevan on Guy Kes TV, and it'd be great if you could subscribe, like, and click for notifications if you want to see more of this kind of stuff.